Coach Reg, in today's video, a controversial prejudging for the Men's Open Mr. Olympia Championship. And so in the first call out, there were 7 competitors, and I do believe they got the correct 7. And one complaint I have was the lighting. It was very, very dark. Extremely hard to see these guys' hamstrings, their backs, and so on, in particular during their individual posing routine. But I'm going to do my best to rank these guys and tell you exactly what I saw. And so what we know is they took out the top 7, removed these guys, and then brought back 4 of them. And so that leaves what we know for certain is a top 3. A very clear and concise top 3. However, I feel that one man in this competition was greatly overlooked. And that man was Andrew Jacked. They left Andrew Jacked on the side in the 7-man call out. And I was thinking, what is wrong with them? This guy deserves to be in the top 4. And so they brought back those 4 athletes and also added in William Bonac, who claims to be 100% natural. And so William Bonac's going to get 8th, and in 7th place, it's going to be Rafael Brando. Rafael Brando brought a lot more size, but compared to the top guys in the world, he's just not quite there, at least as of yet. In 6th place, I have it as Hunter Labrada, who I simply am not a fan of his physique. I am not a fan. People like the size. I don't like the waist, but he did bring more condition than he had in other years with a lot more size. And so he did, in fact, bring a better package, but not enough to crack the top 5. And in 5th place, was really impressed with this guy, Martin Fitzwater. Man had a very thick chest, wide shoulders, and massive quads. However, I didn't like his back. It didn't have the detail I was looking for, and he didn't know how to pose it. He kept leaning back so far, and because of the lighting, could hardly even see the back that he was trying to display. But I still think he did enough to, in fact, crack the top 5, which for him is an amazing achievement. And in 4th place, I'm sure many people are going to be disappointed. I feel they should have brought him in to be compared against the top 3. At least give him that chance. Andrew Jacked. The guy's about 6'2", 300 pounds, has a small waist, looks amazing. And from the front, potentially could be a winner. But what I did see, one glaring witness, was when he poses to the side. The quads, they just don't have the thickness of the other competitors. From the side, he looks a little bit too shallow, could add more size. But for many people, they're not going to care about this. They like the silhouette, they like the conditioning, the size, and so I could see for many people wishing he were to make the top 3. And in 3rd place, I have to admit, I was highly disappointed. Derek Lunsford, last year's Mr. Olympia champion. For me, he didn't have the legs to balance out his upper body. And to go along with that, I do believe he needed to bring in a little bit extra conditioning. The legs could have been harder, leaner, as well as the chest. The chest in particular needed more definition. And so although he brought more size to the chest, it lacked that granite hard conditioning. And so of the 2 short men, the manlets in the competition, I did feel that Hadi Chopin had a better physique. He had the granite hard chisel physique, the serratus, the abs, he had everything. But is it enough in comparison to Samson Dota? Samson Dota, at the registration, he looked like he was about 2 weeks off. But since that time, he appeared to drop about 5 pounds of water and brought his all-time best package, best conditioning size, and so on. And so who's it going to be? Hadi, former Mr. Olympia champion, who has perhaps his all-time best conditioning this year, or Samson Dota, also at his all-time best. And so what the judges did is they made it fair for everyone. They never biased anyone. Each of the top 3 had a chance to be put in the middle, working them through all their poses 3 straight times. And so the judges, they gave every athlete a very fair chance to be placed as the winner. And for me, what I'm looking for in a Mr. Olympia champion has to have the shape. Gone are the days where a crybaby like Nick Walker, who lacks the shape but has the size, could win the competition. And so what I'm looking for is a guy who looks like classic physique but has more size. But they need to bring the conditioning. And if you compare Samson Dota to Hadi Chopin, Hattie has him in conditioning, hands down. And Samson Dota, who has made improvements to his back, he's improved the width tremendously. He's still very weak in the back double bicep. In comparison, Hadi Chopin, he has an amazing lat spread as well as a rear double bicep. Add to that the fact that he's so conditioned, the leanest guy in the entire competition. I'm giving him the edge. Not edging to him, I'm giving him the edge. And so remember, both of these athletes, they had a very good 10. Had they been 10 like Mike Israetel, either man could have been placed in 6th position. But because they both had a 10, I'm giving the Mr. Olympia title to Hadi Chopin. Samson simply needs to go on a longer diet. If Samson had 1 or 2 weeks longer, he would for certain be winning this competition. And so although he has improved since last year, he hasn't improved enough to be crowned the Mr. Olympia champion. But next year, I'm predicting Samson Dota is going to win. I was thinking that Derek Lunsford would win year after year after year. However, I've seen a regression in his conditioning and he hasn't brought up his legs. And so perhaps it's the fact that he's the former Mr. Olympia champion. When you're fighting for the top spot, you're going to work harder than once you're already the king of the mountain. Once you're at the top of the mountain, sometimes people relax a little bit. They perhaps show up 0.5% less lean than they did the year before. You're the champion, you're feeling the dopamine, the rush, the thrill of having won. And the people who haven't won, they perhaps want it that much more. Hadi Chopin was risking his health, training heavier than last time, lifting crazy heavy weights, in my opinion, not training properly. Last year, he walked off the stage in disappointment. Many people very upset as it was very disrespectful. However, this year, he worked harder than ever before, and he really brought the conditioning with just as much size, if not more, than last year. And so what's important to know is this is just prejudging. They are going to be rejudged again in 24 hours. A lot can happen in 24 hours. Samson Dota could lose 5 more pounds of water, perhaps he's shredded. Hadi Chopin, perhaps he overeats, shows up bloated. And Derek Lunsford, perhaps he shows up absolutely shredded, more shredded than last year. Anything could happen. Any one of the top 3 could be moved around. Unfortunately, however, it would take a miracle to have Andrew Jack move up from 4th place. And remember, he's fighting for 4th place. There's no guarantee that Andrew Jack is placing in 4th. Martin Fitzwater may in fact be ahead on some judges' scorecards in comparison to Andrew Jack. And so what I can tell you is don't miss the finals as it's anyone's battle. This is the closest Mr. Olympia I've ever seen where it literally is anyone's game. Any one of the top 3 could either improve and win the competition or unimprove and lose it. And so let me know in the comment section, who did you have? Do you feel Andrew Jack was ripped off? Who's going to win the competition? Can't wait to read your responses. And so if you're at the Olympia and you're rooting for anyone, this is extremely important. Are you listening? Whoever your favorite athlete is, go and give them a bottle of Turk Builder. The difference could be astounding. It's anyone's battle with an added bottle of Turk Builder. And don't tell anyone I said this. Take double the dose. Take 6 pills. It's the Mr. Olympia. It's worth it. For one day in your life, you can risk it. Now remember, no one else should take more than the maximum dosage of 3 pills. But it's time to go to level 4. Mike Israetel's been to level 4. 6 pills of Turk Builder at the Mr. Olympia for the top 3. To win this year's Olympia for $500,000, find your favorite athlete and give them a bottle of Turk Builder. Tell them Coach Greg sent you. Interested in Turk Builder? Code Greg, 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the freaking video if you liked it. It's 2:30 in the morning, recording for you harder than last time. Traveling to Montreal, Ottawa, back in Halifax, doing the Olympia. Remember, they wouldn't let Coach Greg in. Sorry, I couldn't make it into the United States. Perhaps they'll let me next year. And until next time, I am out.